Coming up right now on This Week in Mizzou Basketball, the Tigers hit the road in the Southeastern Conference for the first time this season. See how this Missouri freshman is making the most of his first season in the black and gold. And we take a look back to one of the biggest wins of the 1980s Big 8 championship seasons. It's all next on This Week in Mizzou Basketball.
This Week in Mizzou Basketball is brought to you by Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life, find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Missouri Orthopedic Institute, we've got your back. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. And your local Trusted Choice independent insurance agent. Visit trustedchoice.com to find an agent in your area.
And welcome to another episode of This Week in Mizzou Basketball with head coach Kim Anderson. I'm Ben Arnett. And coach just got back from a road trip, a couple of games down at Auburn and Kentucky. And as our buddy Gary Link likes to say, winning is hard, and it's even harder on the road. What were the lessons learned from a trip to Auburn and Lexington?
Well, the Auburn game, we certainly had a chance to win. I think that we had some really good performances. Late in the game, second half, and that's the way it is with a young team and with a team when you go on the road. You can't make mistakes, neither physical or mental. And we made some mistakes down the stretch, had some good shots, didn't make them. Auburn played very, very well. I mean, they down the stretch, they played very well. Their big guy dominated the game. A young man named Granger from St. Louis knocked down a big three for him. So that certainly was a game we had a chance to win. The game against Kentucky, we met them at a time when they were down a little bit. I mean, I'd say down, they hadn't lost, but had two tough games with Ole Miss and Texas A&M, both overtime games. And, they came out ready to play, and we took their first shot, and then after that, they were able to expand it, and we just didn't respond very well. And losing to Kentucky is not the worst thing in the world. Number one team in the country, certainly a team with a lot of NBA talent. But I was disappointed in the way we lost. I don't think that. I think as we went farther along, we got a little bit dejected and didn't play as hard as we needed to. So that's something you got to correct. You're going to have ups and downs in games, and you got to be able to respond.
Certainly a factor in the last couple of games has been the absence of Teki Gil-Caesar, the standout freshman from Vaughan, Ontario. Injured his back against Illinois. Can you shed any more light on his progression and how he's feeling?
Well, he's. I think he's getting better. It's hard to tell. We probably have all had back problems in our lifetime, and I don't know how fast he'll be back. It could be rather quickly, or it could extend on for a while. A lot of it's pain tolerance. A lot of it is he's continued to get treatment with Pat Beckman, our trainer, and our doctors are doing a great job with him. So I say day to day, but I don't feel like it's going to be tomorrow. I think it's going to be a while.
Now, one of the bright spots lately has been Keanu Post, and how do you describe the change in his game, the change in his demeanor, and the way he's been able to be so productive lately?
Well, I think confidence is a big part of it, and confidence is a big part with this basketball team. When we play with confidence, we obviously play better. He had a kind of a coming out game against Lipscomb, where he came in and played against a guy who was 310 pounds and did a great job. And then played well against LSU, okay against Auburn, and I thought he played well last night against Kentucky. So I think that with him, I'm so happy for him because he's worked hard, never complained, came to practice, put in the extra time. I'm happy that he's been able to step up and get some minutes and provide some quality time for us, because we certainly need that size on the inside.
As you look past these last 2 road games, what's the next step for this team?
Well, I think we got to regain some confidence. You know, I think that going into to the Auburn game, we were flying high because we had just beaten LSU. It's an outstanding team. And then going into Kentucky, you know, we kind of met the perfect storm. You know, they again, coming off the not the losses, but coming off the tough games in the overtime, then you know, they came out ready to play. So hopefully come back Saturday against Tennessee and kind of get a little bit of our swagger and get some confidence back.
We'll preview that matchup with the Volunteers coming up later in the show. Right now, let's get the latest action from the Tiger basketball team in the Bud Light highlight.
Mizzou's first conference road trip of the season took the Tigers to the Plains as Mizzou squared off with Auburn, and the Tigers got off to a quick start thanks to the senior Keith Schamberger.
Schamberger drains a 3. Bruce Pearl has said this building is a big difference for his team. And another deep 3, that one from Schamberger again. He's stroked a pair here tonight. Clark, the lane opened up, and a follow jam for Williams.
Mizzou and Auburn would go back and forth all night long. The Tigers fell behind by 8, but stormed back before the end of the first half, as once again it was Schamberger sparking Mizzou from the outside.
Schamberger rattles one home. That is his 3rd 3 of the game. I'll point out that Bowers is 2nd in the nation in defensive rebound percentage. You can't get much better than that. Schamberger hits another one. That is his 4th 3 of the half. He's got a dozen. Schamberger finds Rosberg. And a follow tip.
It was just a 1-point lead for Auburn at halftime, and Mizzou took control early in the second half.
Isabel dumps it, and the dunk from Gant.
Isabel very shifty, very crafty when he's on the dribble.
Near steal, Williams shares it to Schamberger. Wow, what an assist, and Schamberger has 17.
Really a 5-point swing.
In an instant, the Tigers led by as many as 8, but a hard foul by Keanu Post caused tempers to flare and seemed to spark Auburn as they quickly rallied back.
Canada with the rebound. Out to Mason, 2-on-1. Finally gets a hold of it, still gets it up. That is a scorer's move. Wes Clark way deep. He had to do it with the shot clock.
Good hustle.
Tracks down his own miss. Now Isabel lets it go. He got it. Tremaine Isabel, the freshman, his 2nd 3 of the half. Shamsuddin on the run. Got it. Tough shot for the 5'9" guard. Single digits on the shot clock now. Taken away by Auburn. This is Ross Miller.
Good decision.
13 turnovers for Missouri. Shamsuddin got another one. He is red hot.
The Tigers fought to the final minute.
Clark again. Crossed over Clark, dumped it inside. Bowers with the foul and one.
But Auburn outlasted Mizzou 85-79. Next, the Tigers traveled to legendary Rupp Arena in Lexington, looking to knock off the top-ranked team in the nation against number 1 Kentucky.
And now they turn it over. Kentucky got a man in front of him. Get it to Clark. He lays it in to tie it up.
Nice little transition basket right there.
Keanu Post continued to be a positive presence off the bench for Missouri as the Tigers stuck with the top-ranked Cats early in the first half.
Nice feed inside, but again, all that length. And finally, they got a shot on the inside to go.
Trying to play that tough man-to-man defense. Jed Holford was so suffocating earlier in the year. Now teams are being a little bit more aggressive.
Nice job.
Yeah, like right there, Post again. He's been getting better and better, they say. He's really improved since he turned the corner in January.
But eventually, the talented crop of Kentucky stars began to pull away.
Harrison straightaway 3. Got it. And Missouri's got to call a timeout.
It's going to be a little intimidating right now for Missouri. Everything's being challenged.
There we
nice
go, nice
follow right
follow.
there.
Inside with a left hand. Conley Stein has it come out, but the stick back is good and a chance for a three-point play.
The Wildcats led big at the half, but Mizzou refused to simply pack it in.
There there's a good transition. I think maybe the first basket they've gotten in transition tonight.
Nice pass.
There's a guy that's really played well.
Yeah, he's got to build off that. He's playing against such talented future NBA players. Oh, it's going to get a little bigger right now. Here comes the jam. Here comes the jam.
In the end, Kentucky won going away to improve to 16-0 on the season.
Are you up for whatever?
This is Matt. We saw him holding a Bud Light, which means he's up for whatever.
I'm on a tempo!
Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens.
Has this ever happened to you? Or this? Will this make your memoirs? At Shelter Insurance, we can't iron out all the glitches in modern life. But we can manage your auto, home, and life insurance just fine. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
The day after the Tigers win, you can get 50% off your regular menu price order by ordering online at papajohns.com with the promo code TigersWin, only at papajohns.com. It's time for the Edward Jones Tiger Cage. And joining us this week inside the Edward Jones Tiger Cage is sophomore guard Wes Clark, being honored for his play so far this season. Wes, second year here at Mizzou, and I'm sure a lot of fans have noticed that your game has changed a bit here from freshman to sophomore season. What's different? What have you improved upon here in your second year?
I've just been a little more confident with my game, kind of taking on the leadership role, trying to just help my guys as much as I can.
You're scoring the basketball a lot more this year. Is it safe to say you've kind of transitioned from more of a point guard mentality to more of a shooting guard mentality?
Well, we lost a lot of shooters last year from Jabari Jordan and Ernest Ross, and that's a lot of points to make up for. So I'm just looking for all openings and looking to knock down some shots.
Noticed a lot of kind of mid-range pull-up jumpers. You seem to have had a knack this year for getting to within 15 feet and had a lot of success on that kind of play. How did you go about developing that and adding that to your game?
Well, I'm only 5'10", 5'11", so going in there with them big trees, it's hard for me to get my shot up. So coach just helped me to work on my mid-range game so I wouldn't have to go in there and get my shot blocked a lot.
You're a Detroit native, and the Motor City has been really good to Mizzou over the years, going back to Doug Smith, Ricky Paulding, Arthur Johnson, and the like. Is there a bit of pride in kind of being the next in line, the next Tiger from Detroit?
Well, definitely. It's just a good thing to be in Mizzou, history, not just being from Detroit, just to be a part of Mizzou is just a great feeling and a great opportunity.
When you come from Detroit, what's that upbringing like, and what is the Detroit mindset on the basketball court? Because I know there's definitely an identity you bring from that city.
Just aggression and leave it all on the floor. We give our all at all times, and we just play more of an aggressive type pace.
You're a sophomore. This is a very young team. What are you trying to do as a leader, and what do you feel like the next step is for this group?
Just build defensively and try to just build as much chemistry as possible for the following years to build the program.
Well, Wes, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, man.
And a big thanks to our sponsor, Edward Jones, a proud supporter of Mizzou Athletics. For more information or to find your nearest Edward Jones financial advisor, just visit edwardjones.com. And now it's time for the Missouri Orthopedic Institute Player of the Week. This week we honor senior guard Keith Schamberger. Schamberger's been doing a great job running the point all season long, but really stepped up his scoring recently. He dropped in 21 points at Auburn. Keith's averaging 11.6 points per game so far in conference play. Keith Schamberger, he's this week's Player of the Week from Missouri Orthopedic Institute. We've got your back.
This is Sean. We saw him holding a Bud Light, which means he's up for whatever happens. In this case, Jimmy Johnson.
I, Jimmy Johnson, challenge you to a little football game. Don't get nervous.
Are we ready? I'm ready. Jimmy Johnson has dominated the electric football circuit. Yeah, look at the little Jimmy run.
He's hurt.
He's pushing through. He's pushing through. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's a winner.
Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens.
If your dog can dream it, Purina Pro Plan can help him achieve it. Purina Pro Plan's bioavailable formulas deliver optimal nutrient absorption. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs.
Right now, get any large original or flatbread taco pizza for only $13.99. Casey's, famous for pizza.
Support Coach Anderson in the Infinity Coaches Challenge. If Coach A wins, it means $100,000 for the Boys and Girls Club of Columbia. So vote every day at ESPN.com/infinity.
And welcome back to This Week in Mizzou Basketball. It's no secret, Kim Anderson is working hard to rebuild Mizzou back into one of the winningest basketball programs in the country. And to do that, he needs a solid foundation of young talent. Lauren Holman has more on freshman forward D'Angelo Allen.
D'Angelo Allen likes to win.
You know, DA coming from, Dallas Kimball, I may have it wrong, but I think they won 3 straight state championships. And so he brings in a winning attitude. He was a main part of that team that won a ton of games in Texas. And so, for him, we know he wants to win.
It's something the freshman forward has come to expect.
I'm going to just play my role because where I came from, all I do was win. And, at least we're struggling right now, but it's a learning process, and we're all learning right now.
I think anytime you take kids from winning programs, that they just have a knack to win. And so, that's obviously what we're trying to create here, and he helps do that.
Just halfway through his first season in a Tiger uniform, DA is contributing in more ways than one, like scoring a career-high 12 points versus Elon and another career-high 7 rebounds in the same game. But Coach Fulford says it's the energy he brings to the game every time he subs in that really matters.
He's an extreme energy guy, and we've tossed it around, several times whether we should start him or not. But the thing with him coming off the bench is we know what we're going to get because he's consistent. And so that's been the main reason that he's been coming off the bench, is that we know exactly what we're going to get from him.
I'm coming off the bench with energy. No matter what, I'm going to come out with energy, defense. If I got to get smacked to go get the board, I'll go get smacked to get the board.
His teammates agree.
He's always, moving around, doing something. So in the game, you see him, diving on the floor, getting after loose balls, little things like that. So I think that his personality might even help the way he plays on the floor.
Loosen up a little bit, make you believe like we can win this game. It just gets you more confident. I mean, that's what he brings to the table. It brings confidence.
I do some funny stuff like weird faces to get them pumped up and everything, like be the loudest on the bench and just yelling and everything. So just to make sure my teammates are okay, you know, make sure that they're not all into the crowd and everything, and they're focused on the game and the W, the outcome of the win.
Doing whatever it takes to get the win. For This Week in Mizzou Basketball, I'm Lauren Holman.
Thank you, Lauren. Time for this week's Purina Pro Plan Profile. We focus on the head coach himself, Kim Anderson, and his dog, Lotto. You all know Kim's story by now. 1977 Big 8 Player of the Year, top assistant coach to the legendary Norm Stewart, and a Division II national title at UCM. Now back at his alma mater as the head coach of Mizzou basketball. Kim Anderson and his dog Lotto. They're this week's Purina Pro Plan Profile, brought to you by Purina Pro Plan.
If your dog can dream it, Purina Pro Plan can help him achieve it. Purina Pro Plan's bioavailable formulas deliver optimal nutrient absorption. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs.
The Top 25 is brought to you by Shelter Insurance. For a free auto, home, and life insurance protection review, visit your local Shelter agent or find us on the web at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
In 1980, the Tigers won the first of 4 consecutive Big 8 championships. Freshmen played key roles on that team. Guard John Sunvold started 17 games that season, while 6'11" center Steve Stepanovich started all 31. Steepo led the Tigers in scoring, averaging 14 points per game. This biggest game of the season coming inside the Hearn Center on February 9, 1980, when Steepo lit up arch-rival Kansas. He would score 29 points against the Jayhawks as the Tigers ripped KU by 23.
And we're back to look ahead to the next action as the Tigers will host Tennessee and then travel to College Station. And we'll wrap things up here on This Week in Mizzou Basketball. And that's the next game back here at Mizzou Arena. Saturday evening, you'll host the Tennessee Volunteers, and that'll probably be pretty good to be home.
Well, it will be. You know, we go to Auburn last week and then come back for a day, and then we're on the road again to Kentucky. So it'll be good to be back in the arena. Tennessee is a team that has played very well. You know, just beat Arkansas the other night at home, and you know, they have a new coach also. They're going to come at you, I think, with a lot of zone, with some presses. So it's a little bit different style of game than what we maybe have played the last 2 or 3 weeks. But it's not something we haven't seen. It's just something that we have to prepare for.
That'll be Saturday, 5 p.m. right here at Mizzou Arena. It's on the SEC Network if you can't make it in person, but we'd love to see a huge crowd here. Then you'll go back on the road Wednesday at Texas A&M, and we talk about playing on the road in the league. You, of course, had so much Big 8 and Big 12 experience in your previous stop here as an assistant coach. This is probably College Station, one of the few places you've got experience walking into.
It really is. You know, that goes all the way back to when I was at Baylor, and we were in the Southwest Conference. Baylor and Texas A&M were huge rivals. So. Been to College Station many times. You know, Billy Kennedy's done a good job with his team also. They're a team that has had some quality wins. Did a great job against Kentucky. Almost had them beat. So as we travel to A&M for another road game, I think we're going to have to be ready to go into a hostile environment. I know they've had some good crowds lately. So. There's no easy game, Ben. I've been looking. I haven't found one. So you just got to get ready for everyone.
That's part of the thing of conference play, though, right? You mentioned it a minute ago. Of you had that quick turnaround coming back from Auburn and then going to Lexington. You got to like the pace of conference play, though, and your players have to like it when they get into it.
Well, you get into a routine, which is good. You know, you get into a Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday routine, or Saturday, Thursday sometimes, and you kind of get things settled down a little bit. We'll start school again next week, so we'll get back into a kind of a normal pattern where we're practicing in the afternoon and our preparation will be good. So, you know, we're looking forward to it. It goes fast now, boy. You know, we do this show once a week and it's 2 games gone. So, hopefully we'll rebound from what we did at Kentucky.
And you got to like the effort. I mean, all that seems to be there. The effort and the positive attitude still seems to be there with your guys.
Yeah, I think so. I think probably after Kentucky a little bit deflated. But, you know, Kentucky's beaten a lot of teams by a large margin. So hopefully we'll learn from it. I think that's the main thing. Learn what we need to do to get better and continue to mature and grow as a young team.
Well, thanks for your time this week, and good luck against the Vols and the Aggies.
Okay, thanks, Ben.
That's head coach Kim Anderson, and I'm Ben Arnett. For our entire Mizzou Network crew, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next week on This Week in Mizzou Basketball.
This Week in Mizzou Basketball was brought to you by Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life, find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Casey's General Store. Casey's, famous for pizza. Missouri Orthopedic Institute, we've got your back. And your local Trusted Choice independent insurance agent. Visit trustedchoice.com to find an agent in your area.